Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. What he secretly admires about you. Listen, we're about to get into what he won't say out loud, what he sees, what he feels, what he admires, but hides. And we're also going to break down why he keeps it to himself. But real quick, y'all already know I have a limited time psychic reading deal. 3 questions for just $33. So if you want to go deeper about this relationship, your money, your career, or that new love that is circling your energy right now, the link is in the description because there are some things I can't say here on YouTube, but I can say in your personal reading. Don't sit on this, all right? So before we get into it, take a moment here, meditate on the 3 cards, and pick the one that calmly draws you the most. This is card 1 with the green aventurine crystal, card 2 with the carnelian crystal, and card 3, the lapis lazuli. Hey, Clarity family, welcome to your reading. What he secretly admires about you. Listen, we're about to get into what he won't say out loud, what he sees, what he feels, what he admires, but hides. And we're also going to break down why he keeps it to himself. But real quick, y'all already know I have a limited time psychic reading deal. 3 questions for just $33. If you want to go deeper about this relationship, your money, your career, or that new love that is circling your energy right now, the link is in the description. There are some things I can't say here on YouTube, but I can say in your personal reading. Don't sit on this. All right, pile 1, your energy pulled you here to the green aventurine crystal and the fire element card. Okay, so, excuse me, one moment, guys. Pile 1, let me clear my throat. Listen, this card screams warrior, passion, and fearlessness. And here's the thing. This is exactly what he admires about you, okay? But he's not going to admit it because you come across as untouchable, bold, direct, unafraid to burn bridges, okay? You are unafraid to burn those bridges if they don't serve you. And deep down, he wishes he had that fire. See, because this is the thing. He admires that you don't just survive. You fight. You don't just bend, right? Baby, you don't bend for people who play small. That intimidates him. But it also pulls him in harder than he wants to admit. All right? Now, listen. That's just the fire layer. With this fire element card, we are seeing the spark. But I've got 6 more cards after this. They're about to spill the rest of the tea. With the next card, we're going to see exactly how this admiration shows up in his behavior, the way he talks, the way he hides, even the way he acts when you're not around. And remember, at the end of this pile, I'm breaking down the total energetic frequency of this connection. That's where the shocking, unfiltered truth is sitting, baby, and you don't want to miss that. All right, so let's go. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? It's coming through. You got the lion, higher calling. All right. And so the card says you have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. Ooh. That right there, y'all. So let me just say this. The sun, right? It rules over Leo, right? So we got Leo as a resonance here with the lion energy. Now, Leo could be in the top placements of his birth chart or yours. The sun, moon, or rising sign, the 7th house of relationships, or even the planet Venus. But I'm going to tell you what I'm picking up with this Leo energy in a moment. But first, I'm going to pull this next card. And best believe, baby, That Leo tea is piping hot. Let's see. The lion energy. What's this energy here? This is vampire. So it says it makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. Didn't we just say that? That's a synchronicity already, right? But we're going to start here. I'm going to dive deep into the lion high calling energy and the vampire energy and tell you exactly what this man admires about you, but he is keeping it to himself. All right. So, look. Listen, this isn't just, some fluffy message. This is straight Leo energy coming through, okay? Because the lion, like I said, is the sun. The sun rules over the sun, ruler of Leo. So pay attention because this could show up in his chart or yours, like I mentioned. Okay, but here's the real tea. What he secretly admires about you is your regal energy. Your regal energy, because you walk into a space and you don't even have to try. You command respect. You don't beg for attention. Attention naturally bends towards you, okay? And that scares him. It scares him because if he were honest, he doesn't feel like he can measure up to that. No, he does not. Now, baby, here's where it gets piping hot, honey. The next card, vampire. And it literally says, it makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. So what's really going on? He admires that you can call out energy vampires, without flinching. You can call out energy vampires without flinching. You see straight through people who drain, manipulate, or play games. And you don't let them feed off of you for long. No, you don't. That's power. He knows that if he ever tried to play with you, to drain you, to waste your time, you'd expose it. And that terrifies him because he admires it too, right? But he also hides from it because he knows that you're not the type to let anyone feed without giving back. All right? And listen, baby, this lion plus vampire energy together is wild because it shows exactly what he sees in you. Royalty with balance, with boundaries, okay? Royalty with boundaries. You got the fire, the courage, and the protection from people who try to dim your light. He admires it, but he will still never admit it. Because admitting it means admitting that he wishes he had the same strength. That's what it means. Now let's go ahead and pull your next card because I need to see how this admiration plays out, right? And in his actual actions towards you. And trust me, the total energetic frequency at the end of this pile, it's messy, shocking, and you don't want to miss it. Okay, so let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? And you got death and rebirth card. Now, don't panic. I know some of y'all panic when y'all see the death card, but this is actually one of the most high vibrational frequency cards in the entire deck. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what's coming through as it relates to what he admires about you. All right, so listen, here's the thing. Yes, some of y'all literally freak out when you see this card, but let me keep it real. Like I said, this is actually one of the most high vibrational frequency cards in the entire deck. So what does this mean when it comes to what he secretly admires about you? He admires that you are not the same person twice, okay? You have lived through endings, betrayals, disappointments, and every single time, you've risen like a whole new version of yourself. You don't just survive, you transform. That's intimidating because it means that he can't ever pin you down or keep you stuck in one version of yourself. This man knows you're a woman who can burn down an old chapter and walk out shining in a whole new skin. Okay? That's power. That's fearlessness. And that's why he admires you. But also why he hides it. All right? Because deep down he knows if he doesn't level up, you will outgrow him without hesitation. Okay? He knows that. You will outgrow him without hesitation. And baby, we're only halfway in. Okay? Only halfway in. That's 4 cards down. And you got 3 more cards to go following the fire element. Okay? Before I break down the total energetic frequency of this connection. Stay with me because this next card is about to expose why he's scared to match what he admires. All right? So let's go. 3 more cards to go. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy? Y'all, as it does relate, what's coming through? What is the energy, Spirit? Look at that. King of Wands. Fire all the way. You got a lot of fire energy here, honey. The King of Wands coming through with it. Showing up. Showing up and showing out. Baby, when this wand energy show up, you better know what time it is. You better know what time it is. Again, it's fire energy. It's Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries energy. Right? So, governing those zodiacs. This man admires your commanding presence. You don't even have to raise your voice. You walk in and people feel you because you carry yourself like royalty without trying. It's the way you hold eye contact, the way you set your standards, the way you make it clear that you're not entertaining anything beneath you. He admires that leadership energy in you. Okay? Because the King of Wands says that he sees you as someone who inspires, someone who doesn't wait to be chosen, because you are already the prize. But here's the raw truth. He hides that admiration because admitting it out loud would mean admitting that he's not fully on your level yet. Okay? He's not fully on your level yet. Baby, you intimidate him, but you also fuel him. Okay? He wants to rise to meet you. But until he's ready, he keeps that admiration tucked in his chest like a secret flame. And listen, baby, that's 5 cards down. Okay? We got 2 more cards to go before I break down the total energetic frequency of this whole connection. And that last one, baby, is going to spill the tea on why he can't stop watching you. Right? Even if he doesn't say it out loud. Okay? 2 more cards to go. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what's coming through. What does he admire about you? You got, look at that. The 10 of Cups. Okay. This is high vibrational water and emotional energy. Governing the water zodiac, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so listen. Here's the thing. He admires the way you carry emotional wholeness within yourself. Baby, you don't need a man to complete you. You already radiate that energy of someone who knows love, gives love, and creates harmony wherever you stand. You bring a safe space vibe. Okay? It's the kind of aura that people crave when they're tired of the world draining them. He secretly admires your ability to make family out of strangers, peace out of chaos, and joy out of thin air. This Ten of Cups says that you embody emotional abundance, and not just money or success, but that deep soul richness people can't fake. And here's the kicker. He hides that admiration because it scares him. Okay? He knows that if he steps to you, it's all or nothing. You are not giving out samples. You're the full experience. That's why he keeps it tucked. Because listen, he knows that stepping into your world means no half-stepping, no mask, no games. No. We're not going there. He can't do it. All right. I'm going to pull another card. Thank you, Spirit. Now, baby, this is your final card before we tap into the total energetic frequency of this connection. Thank you, Spirit. This is your last and final message coming through of what he secretly admires about you. Not enough. Frustrated in relationships, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear and ego issues, and jealousy. You see it. You able to ignore the haters, the naysayers, and the doubters. This not enough energy. You are there to build up people. You are a liberator. Okay? All day long. All day long. So, here's what's real. What he secretly admires about you is your ability to see through all of this, okay? Not just him, but in the world around you. You recognize when someone is operating out of fear, ego, or insecurity. And instead of letting it drag you down, you rise above it. You rise above it, and you refuse to play small. He admires that you don't collapse under jealousy, doubt, or petty energy. Baby, you are not competing. You are not chasing validation. You're the one who knows. If you don't see my value, that's on you. That's on you, boo. And honey, this is why he keeps it hidden, because you are a mirror, right? You reflect his insecurities back to him. The places where he feels not enough, instead of being intimidated by people who drain you, you flip it and build others up. You're a liberator. You show what it looks like to walk with self-respect. Even when the haters, okay, the jealous ones and the insecure try to test you, you show what it's like. Now, baby, hold on tight, because when we tap into the total energetic frequency of this connection, we're about to expose why he admires you this deeply, why he hides it, and what that really means for the future between you two. This is the tea, baby, you don't want to miss. All right, so let's do it. Thank you, Spirit. All right, give me 1 second. Y'all, I gotta take a sip of tea, all right? Been talking a whole lot, doing a whole lot of readings. So let's lubricate the vocals. All right. Listen, this is the total energetic frequency of this connection. So what he secretly admires about you is more than surface level. Okay, it's the whole package. So the fire element plus the lion energy, it shows that he sees your courage and passion and warrior spirit. You don't fold. You face life with boldness. That intimidates him, but it also inspires him, okay? The vampire card revealed that he knows you can spot when someone is draining you. And instead of letting yourself get sucked dry, you set boundaries. That's power he doesn't have yet, okay? He doesn't have it yet. He admires your ability to cut cords when what doesn't serve you, with that doesn't serve you, okay? And the death plus the rebirth showed that he respects your ability to transform. because you've been through storms and you still walked out renewed, honey. The way you don't just survive, you reinvent yourself. King of Wands energy, baby. It confirmed it. It confirmed it that he see you as someone who commands a room. Your confidence, your charisma, your ability to lead with fire. That's what makes him watch you in silence. Okay? Now, listen. With the 10 of Cups, he knows you bring emotional fulfillment. You carry the frequency of family, love, and deep emotional richness. Even if he can't match it, he feels it every time he thinks of you. Now, not enough made it clear. He admires your ability to rise above fear, ego, and jealousy, because those are the very things he struggles with. You're proof of what it looks like to overcome insecurity, and that shakes him to his core. All right? So, baby, this is the thing. He admires your courage, your boundaries, your resilience, your fire, your emotional depth, and your strength against jealousy and insecurity. But he hides it because he's not sure he can measure up. You trigger him, you inspire him, and challenge him all at once. And that's why he stays quiet. But make no mistake, he sees you. If you want to go deeper, if you want to know how this connection unfolds, what his true intentions are, and whether this admiration turns into action, that's where my 3-question psychic reading for $33 comes in. Ask about this relationship, your money, your career, your next love, okay? Your next love, whatever you need clarity on. There are some things I can't say here on YouTube, but I can give it all to you in a personal reading. The link is in the description, all right? With clarity plus love, always, baby. Hey, Clarity family, welcome to your reading. What he secretly admires about you. Y'all know how we do it over here. I'm gonna tell you the truth, raw, real, and unfiltered. But before we jump in, let me remind you, I am offering a limited time 3-question psychic reading for just $33. You can ask about this relationship, your next love, your money, your career, whatever is pulling at your spirit. Some things I can't spill here on YouTube, but I will give it to you in a personal reading. Link is in the description. All right, so pile 2, your energy drew you here to the carnelian crystal and the crop circles card. Now, the carnelian is all about fire, confidence, attraction, and raw magnetism. So this says straight up, he admires your presence. When you walk into a room, people feel you. It's bold, it's sexy, it's alive. Now, the crop circles, baby, that's about messages, curiosities, and signs. So this tells me that he admires your mystery. You confuse him and attract him at the same time. You're not an open book. You are not an open book. And that gets under his skin, okay? In the best way. Because he watches, he wonders, he questions. You make him feel like there's more to learn about you every time he looks your way, all right? But listen, honey, that's just the start. With this next card, we're about to pull deeper, and we're gonna find out what exactly he sees in you, what he's not saying out loud, okay? So stay with me until the end, because after all 6 cards, following this one, I'm gonna break down the total energetic frequency of this connection. And trust me, you don't wanna miss that. It's the tea about why he hides this admiration and what it means for you moving forward. All right, so let's go. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? All right. And you got the horse, freedom. And the card says, your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change, and accomplish your dreams. Baby, I'm also picking up some Sagittarius energy, sun, moon, or rising. 7th house of relationships, or even in the planet Venus in this energy, could be in the top placements of your birth chart or his. But nevertheless, baby, freedom is here. This man know he can't cuff you. He cannot cuff you. Don't even play. Don't play. But we're going to get into this horse freedom energy, and I'm going to tell you something. It's wild. But first, I'm going to go ahead and pull your next card. And then we'll read that energy together. What is the energy as it does relate? What's coming through? Thank you, Spirit. So you got prostitute, okay? Now listen, before you get all up in your feelings, y'all, listen, this is the energy. This is the light attribute of prostitute, okay? It accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power. Without negotiating the power of your spirit. That part right there. So we're first going to start with the horse freedom energy and then move into the prostitute card. Thank you, Spirit. All right. So listen. This man admires your freedom. He knows he can't cage you, can't box you in, can't own you. Okay, like I said, it's that Sagittarius type energy I'm picking up. All right, now whether it's in your chart or his, it screams wild spirit. He sees that in you and it drives him crazy. But here's the twist. That admiration is also intimidation. It is also intimidation. He knows if he tries to lock you down, you'll slip through the bars, okay? You'll slip right through those bars because you're not built for chains. You're built for expansion. And deep down, he respects that, even if he doesn't always know how to handle it. Now, let's get into the second card. And like I said, don't get triggered by the name, right? The prostitute. This isn't about selling your body. It's about power. The card says that it challenges surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. In plain talk, he admires that you don't sell out. You don't sell out. You don't lower your standards just to keep someone around. You don't compromise your spirit just to survive. What he sees in you and secretly admires is that you have been through situations that could have broken you, but you kept your dignity intact. You may bend, but you don't break. You don't give up the core of who you are, no matter what's happening around you. That's powerful, okay? That is powerful. And let me say this. That makes him nervous. Because when a woman won't sell herself short, a man either has to rise up to meet her or fall back. And he knows that you'll let him fall back if he can't measure up. Now listen, I'm not done because these first two cards already, they show that you got him both hooked and humbled. But the next card we pull is going to reveal what piece of you makes him both admire you and fear losing you. Okay, so stay with me because we're building to that total energetic frequency at the end, and that's where the real tea is. All right, so let's do it. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? And you got the Queen of Wands, more fire energy, more fire energy. When the wand show up, baby, this is creativity. Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. And I would consider that a synchronicity, especially since the Queen of Wands is laying right here with the horse and freedom. We just talked about it. So yes. Okay. Listen, more fire, more heat, more proof that this man sees you as someone who cannot be dimmed. Cannot be dimmed. Mm-hmm. Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries energy showing up heavy. And like I said, I'll call it what it is, a synchronicity. Because you already got the horse and freedom, talking about wild spirit and expansion. And now here comes the Queen of Wands, sitting right beside it saying, she's not only free, she's magnetic. So what he secretly admires here is your presence. The Queen of Wands is charisma, confidence, that aura that makes heads turn without you even trying. You don't chase, you attract. And when you walk in a room, people feel it. They feel it. Baby, he admires that glow. But he hides it because admitting it would mean admitting he is intimidated. And here's the tea. The Queen of Wands doesn't just get attention. She demands respect. He knows other people see it too. That's why it rattles him, okay? Because he admires your ability to stand out and stand strong. But part of him doesn't know if he can stand next to that kind of light without shrinking. And trust me, this pile is just heating up. With that fire stacking like this, the next card is about to show how that admiration pushes his buttons even more. Okay, let's go. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? It's getting hot in here, y'all. Here we go. We got the Hermit. The Hermit energy showing up, baby. Okay. Oh my goodness. Now, I love the Hermit coming out because this is right on time. This is wild layered energy because it comes right after the Queen of Wands. The Queen is public, magnetic, glowing, and the Hermit is private, withdrawn, searching. What does that mean? Well, it means that he admires your ability to shine in the spotlight while he hides in the shadows. Now, here's the raw truth. He feels like you're 10 steps ahead spiritually. You carry wisdom and courage in a way that makes him question himself. So the Hermit shows that he watches from the sidelines, even when you don't notice, admiring your strength, your glow, your freedom, but keeping his own feelings tucked away. Now, why does he hide this admiration? Because the Hermit energy says he doesn't always feel worthy of it. No, you push him to reflect on himself. You make him face truths that he'd rather avoid. And instead of stepping up, he retreats. He retreats, keeping those feelings locked inside. So let's call it. He admires your light, but it also exposes his shadows. So that's why he plays hot and cold. That's why he disappears. That admiration is real, but it makes him uncomfortable because he knows he can't fake being on your level. And this pile is only building fire, baby, okay? With the Hermit laid down. The next card is about to show how this push-pull between your fire and his shadow plays out, and his exact connection to you. All right, so let's go. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what's coming through. What is that energy? What's coming through, Spirit? Justice. Justice will prevail, baby. Justice. Okay. Is he scared, y'all? I think he is. I do. Justice is truth. Justice is balance. Justice is accountability. And the fact that it showed up right after the Hermit, it tells us exactly why he's scared. Okay? Now, he admires your integrity, the way you stand on truth, and you don't sugarcoat. Okay? He admires that you can see straight through people, the lies, the excuses, the games. But justice makes him nervous because it means he can't hide. Right? The Hermit wanted to retreat into the shadows, but justice pulls him back under the light. And he knows if he ever tries to step fully into your space, you will call him out. You'll demand fairness, consistency, honesty. And that's intimidating for someone who's used to dodging accountability. So yes, he admires you, but he's also scared. Scared of what happens when the mask comes off. Scared that you'll see the parts of him he's not ready to face. Bottom line, justice says you hold the power here. He sees you as someone who won't settle for less than truth. And that both attracts him and terrifies him at the same time. All right? So let's go ahead and pull your next card. This is your final card, final message before the total energetic frequency. And you got girl talk. Girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. That's you, boo. That is you. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. What he secretly admires about you is that you don't need him. You mastered the art of moving on, of laughing with your people, of living in the moment, of holding joy even when life throws you curveballs. He sees that you can be happily single, independent, grounded, and that confidence is magnetic. But here's the twist. That same independence, it rattles him. He admires that you don't chase, you don't beg, you don't collapse without him. But it also makes him wonder if he could ever even keep up. Girl talk energy is pure freedom. You embody fun, resilience, and the ability to bounce back. Okay? And he knows you don't build your whole world around a man. Okay, honey? You don't build your whole world around a man. And that's the exact thing he can't get over about you. No. So now we have stacked the energy, the crop circles, the horse, the prostitute, Queen of Wands, Hermit, Justice, and Girl Talk. Are you ready for me to break down the total energetic frequency of this connection and tell you the full, unfiltered truth about what he admires and why he hides it? Why he hides it? All right? So here it is. He admires your mystery and your signals. As the crop circles energies, it says that you don't just exist on the surface, you move in signs, synchronicities, and deeper meanings. He feels like the universe put you in his path, and he notices how tuned in you are. Okay? He admires your freedom. The horse says you cannot be tamed. You move with pure heart and passion, and he knows he could never put you in a box. He low-key respects that, but it also makes him feel like he could never own you, and that terrifies him. All right? So he admires your refusal to sell yourself short, right? Because the prostitute card here isn't about sex. It's about survival with integrity. He sees that you won't trade your spirit for temporary comfort. Why? Because you hold your own power. It's that rare. It is that rare. And he knows it. Honey, he admires your fire because the Queen of Wands is fearless, magnetic, walking into a room and shifting the energy. You are confident, attractive, and untouchable in ways that intimidate him. Honey, he feels like you outshine most women he's met. If not most, all. Right? Especially romantic partnerships. Okay? So he admires your depth. The Hermit card shows him that you're not afraid of solitude. You're not afraid of solitude, reflection, and wisdom. You're not out here desperate for validation. That solitude gives you power. It gives you power, and he senses it. Yeah. Okay. So, he admires your strength in truth as well, because justice says you call it like it is. You don't sugarcoat, you don't play games, and you demand accountability. He respects that sharp clarity, even if it scares him. Okay, because he admires your independence. Girl talk seals the deal. You can laugh, live, and thrive without him. You are not chained to his presence, and that's magnetic to him. He admires it, but it also keeps him at a distance because it makes him wonder, would she even really need me? He's sitting there wondering that. Would she even really need me? All right? Now listen. What he secretly admires about you is the power cocktail. It's a power cocktail of freedom, fire, and self-respect. You are not a woman he could manipulate, tame, or define. You are mystery, plus fun, plus truth, plus passion. And he's drawn in because you're different. But he hides this admiration because admitting it would mean exposing his own insecurities. So bottom line, he sees you as magnetic, untouchable, and unforgettable. And while that lights him up, it also forces him to confront that he may not be able to rise to meet your level. Honey, if you are vibing with this reading and you want me to go deeper into your situation, your money, your career, your current connection, or even your future love, don't forget, I've got that limited time offer, 3 questions for just $33. Link is in the description. Some of the things I can reveal in a personal reading. I just can't say here on YouTube. But trust, I will give it to you raw and unfiltered when it's just you and me. All right? Hey, Clarity family, welcome to your reading. What he secretly admires about you. Y'all already know how we do it over here. I'm gonna keep it raw, real, and unfiltered. No sugarcoating. All right, but before we jump in, quick reminder, I've got a limited time offer, 3 questions for just $33. You can ask me about this relationship, your money, your career, your next love, or that new energy trying to come into your life. Some things I can't fully say here on YouTube, but in a personal reading, I'll give it to you straight, no filter. The link is in the description. All right, so pile 3, your energy drew you here, baby, to the Lapis Lazuli crystal and the earth element card, right? So the card says survival, adaptable, and reliable. Now listen, this right here says he admires your resilience. He sees that no matter what you've been through, you survive, you adapt, and you rise. Lapis Lazuli itself is about truth and higher vision, meaning that he knows you see through BS. That intimidates him, but it also makes him respect you on a level he doesn't admit. All right? The earth element is all about grounding. What he secretly admires is that you are solid. You don't bend easy, baby. You're not flighty or fake. Okay, so when people fall apart, you hold your ground. And he knows that. But here's the kicker. He hides this admiration because admitting it would mean facing how unstable he can be compared to you. So honey, he sees your stability as a mirror to his chaos. Now, we're not stopping there. Okay, y'all, we got 6 more cards coming after that one. And trust me, you don't want to miss how these energies connect. But the next card, we're going to find out exactly how this man sees you when it comes to strength versus vulnerability. And then we'll go even deeper until we break down the total energetic frequency of this connection. That's where the tea is piping hot. So stay with me all the way through, because the final frequency is where the truth hits different. All right, so let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? And you got the sea turtle, protection. And your card says, you are the master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. Ooh, that's the sea turtle energy. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull another card, and then we'll read both energies together. All right, what is the energy as it does relate? You got God, honey. This is benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Ooh, y'all, I'm going to start right here with the God energy and then move over here to the sea turtle protection. I'm going to tell you what's up. Thank you, Spirit. Now, listen. Here we go. This God energy is deep, okay? And I'm telling you what it is. I'm just pausing for a moment. You know how it is? When you know you are in the presence of Spirit. Spirit is always with you. Spirit is within you, okay? So here's the thing. That's when he secretly admires and fears, because he sees God energy moving through you. And that kind of power makes people uncomfortable if they haven't done their own inner work. Okay? Because he can feel you're protected, chosen, and tapped into something higher. That's why he stays quiet. Because once a man acknowledges that kind of divine force in you, he knows he either has to rise up to match it or back away, because it exposes all the places he hasn't grown yet. So yes, this energy is deep because you're carrying divine feminine authority wrapped in spiritual compassion. And that's the kind of energy that can heal or destroy depending on how it's received. And trust me, he knows it. All right, so now let's go ahead and tap into the sea turtle protection energy, because this is no lightweight card. It's Spirit screaming that you are divinely covered. This man sees you in this man sees it in you, okay? Whether he can put language to it or not. And your energy got me stuttering, pile 3, right? I stutter sometimes, but your energy, it just feels so good, right? So this man, he sees it in you, whether he can put language to it or not. You don't just move through life, you glide, steady, protected, untouchable in ways most people can't explain. And here's the raw truth. He admires how safe you are in yourself. You don't bend easily. You don't break easily. And you damn sure don't chase validation. This turtle energy shows endurance. You're the type that can outlast storms without losing your center. And he knows it. That's why he doesn't always step all the way forward, because when someone's protected like you, the usual games don't work. He admires your strength, your longevity, and your way of adapting without selling out your soul. But at the same time, it forces him to look at his own instability, right? And the bottom line, what he secretly admires is that you are chosen, protected, and built for the long game. And he knows you're not a fling. You're a force, okay? So let's go ahead and pull your third card that is following the earth element that you were drawn to. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? All right, and you got the Four of Pentacles, earth energy, showing up again. Four of Pentacles. Now the earth energy represents the earth zodiacs. You got Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, and that could be in the top placements of his chart or yours. Either way, it's solid, it's loyal, it's dependable, it's reliable. Straight up, earth sign, baby. So take that as a synchronicity. If you or he carry those placements heavy in the chart, sun, moon, or rising, 7th house of relationships, or even Venus. Okay, here's the raw tea. He admires your stability. The Four of Pentacles shows that you don't just throw your energy, time, or money around loosely, honey. You hold your value and you protect it. He sees you as someone who doesn't waste what you've built, and that makes you stand out. But let's be real. He's also a little intimidated by it, because when you are steady and grounded like this, he knows he just can't come in sloppy. He cannot come in sloppy. You force him to think, do I even have the structure to match her? That's what he thinks. So bottom line, he secretly admires, what he secretly admires is that you don't play about your resources, whether that's your love, your time, or your money. You know your worth, and you don't hand it out like it's free samples. Point blank, period. No. So now with this next card that we're about to pull, we'll see if he's planning to match that level of stability, or if he's just admiring from the sidelines. All right, so let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? And you got Justice, the Justice card. Justice shall be served. Justice energy is straight up truth, accountability, and karmic balance. Okay? So what he secretly admires about you here is that you're not someone who lets lies, excuses, or shady behavior slide. You got a built-in lie detector. You see through the BS, and you hold people accountable without even trying. Okay? And here's the thing. He knows that you operate from fairness. You don't come from drama. You don't come from drama, but you also don't ignore it when it's sitting in your face. He admires that you stand on principle. Your word means something, and you expect the same in return. That scares him a little, because Justice says if he doesn't come correct, life and you will check him. Okay? You will get checked. So what he's not saying out loud is that he respects the fact that you are not just about feelings, you are about facts. And he knows deep down, if he messed around or played games, he couldn't hide it for long. You'd call it out. You call it out, or life itself would expose it. So stay with me, because the next card is going to show whether this admiration makes him want to rise up to your level or run from the weight of it. Okay, so let's go. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? And you got, look at that, 4 of Pentacles, twice in your deck. The 4 of Pentacles laying right here next to the first 4 of Pentacles that came out. This is a straight up synchronicity and a message for you. A lot of earth energy here. Thank you, Spirit. And I'm gonna tell you what this means. This is heavy. Heavy, baby. It's like you the type of person to tell him, you like, baby, go kick rocks and don't act like it's a boulder. Don't play. Don't act like it's a boulder. So listen, this is straight from Spirit saying, pay attention. This message is locked in. Okay? The 4 of Pentacles doubled up means 2 things. Control plus security. He secretly admires that you don't play when it comes to protecting your energy, your money, and your stability. You don't just give yourself away. Not your time, not your body, not your resources. All right? And that restraint, that ability to say, no, I'm good, he respects it more than he'll ever admit. Okay? There's mirror energy. But here's the flip. He also sees himself in that same energy. He's guarded, closed off at times, and holding back feelings and resources out of fear of losing control. And the fact that it came out twice says that this connection is mirroring. You're both learning lessons about how much to hold on to, right? And how much to let go. Raw truth here. Raw truth is this. He admires your ability to keep it together, honey, to stay grounded and not desperate for validation. But it also intimidates him because it shines a light on where he clings too tightly out of fear. Now stay tuned, because the next and final card before we hit the total energetic frequency is going to spill the tea on how all this control plus admiration energy comes together in the bigger picture of this connection. All right, so let's go. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? You got love, and the card says unconditional love. Self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. And I absolutely love that the love card came out, because guess where I'm placing it? Right here with the God card. And God is what? Love. Baby, you were drawn to this message for a reading. For a reason and a reading. All right? Let me just say, and I told you your energy gave me chills. I absolutely love your energy. Here's the raw, unfiltered truth. What he secretly admires about you is that you embody love in its highest form. Not that desperate, needy, or controlling kind, but the type that radiates self-love, oneness, and real passion. You don't chase, you attract. You don't beg, you set the vibe. And that energy is magnetic because it shows that you don't need him, you choose him. That's powerful. And remember, like I said, we place this love card right here with the God energy. Baby, that's Spirit making it crystal clear. The love you carry is divine. It's not just about how you treat others. It's about how you carry yourself, how you rise even when you have been tested, and how you walk as proof that unconditional love is the real flex. He admires it, but he hides it because it makes him feel small in comparison. He knows deep down that he has to grow into the type of man who can match that love instead of just standing in awe of it. Okay, stay locked in, because now we moved into the total energetic frequency of this connection. And I'm about to break down how all of these messages tie together into the bigger truth of what's really going on here. All right, so let's go. Thank you, Spirit. And as we pause for a second, and channel the total energetic frequency of your connection. Here's the big picture, okay? Here's the big picture. From the earth element survival to the sea turtle protection, the God energy and the double Four of Pentacles synchronicity. And finally, the love card. The story is loud and clear. He secretly admires your strength, your boundaries, your ability to protect your energy and still radiate unconditional love. You're not easily shaken. You don't move desperate. And you carry both softness and power in the same breath. That balance is rare, and it's exactly what pulls him in. But here's the flip side. All that admiration makes him hesitate. The double Four of Pentacles is his fear of losing control. He's drawn to you, but he also guards himself because he knows that once he fully opens up, he can't fake it with you. Because you'd see through every flaw, every insecurity, every place he's not standing tall. The God plus love cards together. That's heavy. It's spirit, right? Spirit is saying that this connection is teaching him and you about divine love. Not love from ego, control, or fear, but love that mirrors truth. You are showing him what it looks like and whether he can rise to meet it. It's his choice. All right? Now, baby, here's the raw plus real. This man sees you as someone who could change his life. But he also knows that he can't play small with you. So that's why he keeps some of what he admires hidden. Because once it's out in the open, he either has to step up or step out. Bottom line, the frequency of this connection is transformational. And it's meant to reveal his fears and your strength. To highlight where he hides and where you shine. What he admires most about you is exactly what challenges him to grow. So the T, he sees you as the real deal, but admiration alone isn't enough. The total frequency is spirit telling you, let his actions prove if he can match what he secretly already knows about you. Okay? It's got to match. It has to. Clarity family, that was your reading, what he secretly admires about you. And listen, if you're still sitting there like, okay, but what about my situation specifically? This is your sign to stop guessing. This is your sign to stop guessing. For a limited time, I'm offering 3 questions for just $33. Love, career, money, new connections, whatever's pressing on your spirit. There are things I can say in a private reading that I just cannot drop here on YouTube. So if you're ready for the raw, unfiltered truth, the link is sitting right there in the description. Don't sit in confusion when the clarity is right here waiting for you.